An angry crowd marched down the narrow streets of Boston protesting the newly passed Stamp Act. Why were they so angry about stamps? The French and Indian War was costly, so the British leaders decided to raise taxes on the colonists, who were already paying taxes, so they were not happy.
People plus taxes equals really just sadness.
In 1765, the British government passed the Stamp Act. This means that colonists had to pay and put stamps on all printed documents, even playing cards. So the colonists decided to do something about it.
When the Stamp Act went into effect, angry colonists staged a boycott. They refused to buy goods. Samuel Adams and other colonists formed a group called the Sons of Liberty.
In 1766, Parliament voted to repeal or end the Stamp Act. However, in 1767, Parliament passed the Townshend Acts. They taxed factory-made goods such as paper, glass, and paint.
What's up with that? Again, the colonists boycotted the newly taxed items. They also boycotted any colonial merchant who sold or used tax goods. British leaders feared that boycotts could lead to violence. No city in the colonies had more problems for the British than Boston. On March 6, 1770, colonists gathered at the Boston Customs House, where taxes on goods from Great Britain were paid. The group included Crispus Attucks, a person who had escaped from slavery. Historians are uncertain exactly what happened next.
It seems that a member of the crowd insulted a British soldier who knocked the boy down. Other colonists threw snowballs at the guard. British soldiers fired into the crowd, killing 5 colonists, including Attucks. This event became known as the Boston Massacre.
Dun dun dun!
The British government repealed the Townshend Acts, but it passed the Tea Act in 1773. This act was passed to help the British East India Company. Parliament allowed the British East India Company to sell tea in the colonies without paying import taxes. Instead, a tax was placed on the colonists who bought tea. The tax
In the November 1773, 3 British East India Company ships entered Boston Harbor. Colonists refused to allow ships to unload, which probably ended in a boycott. The governor of Massachusetts, Thomas Hutchinson, ordered the ships to stay in the harbor until the tea was sold.
On the night of December 16, 1773, about 50 Sons of Liberty, some disguised as Mohawk Indians, boarded the ships. They broke open the tea chests and emptied them into the harbor. Similar attacks took place in Annapolis, Maryland, and New York City. However, this event became known as the Boston Tea Party.
The British Parliament responded by closing Boston Harbor until the colonists paid for the tea. Town meetings were banned. More British soldiers were sent to the colonies. Colonists called Parliament at the actions the Intolerable Acts. Intolerable means unbearable.
The Intolerable Acts united the colonies against Great Britain. Delegates from the colonies met in Philadelphia to discuss the problem.
Delegates are people who are chosen to represent each other people.
The delegates formed the First Continental Congress to decide
what action to take against Great Britain.
Nailed it!
Hope you've been listening, because now it's quiz time.
What year did the Stamp Act pass? A. 1999, B. 1765, C. 1763, or D. 100 BC?
Quiz time. What city caused the most problems? A. Indianapolis, Indiana. B. Decatur, Illinois. C. Boston, Massachusetts. Or D. Philadelphia. What did the British Parliament do when they made the colonists pay for the tea that they threw out into the ocean?
Thank you for watching. The end.
This slideshow.
This slideshow was made by Devin Jones. My favorite animal is the giraffe.
Like a boss. Hi, I'm DeAndre Williams, and I help with the slideshow too. And my favorite animal, of course, is a turtle. Like the best boss ever!